Hey, it's Luke, warehouse manager here, and I really appreciated a lot of the feedback people have had to the videos I've been putting out, and that is you have feedback at all, and I've gotten suggestions on how to improve things, told the info I'm given is bad or whatever, and I like that personally. I like not living in a bubble here at Soma. Like I ride all the time. We're deep bike nerds here, but I'm not acquainted with everyone's experience, and I always like learning more. So I encourage you to leave comments. Be nice, but leave comments. And so today, what I want to talk about, I snagged one of these as soon as first samples came back, and Japanese made by Tanaka, the Bear Trap bike stand. And I love the macho name. I think it's pretty sick. And I built one of these at home, and I'm gonna build this one off camera. I don't really want to spend the whole video building this, but I can tell you that it's really straightforward. It goes together really easily, and I have a few bikes, and other than this bike, they're all in a downstairs kind of bike storage area, a little gnat, and this one is in my apartment. I just don't have room to have all my bikes up there. If I had a bigger apartment or like a bike room, that'd be cool, but I just don't have that. And so I have a bike storage area, but I don't want this stored down there. I waited a long time to get this, and it's really special. But so I have this one up in the apartment, and when I have stuff in the front basket, I need to kind of cant it a little bit over towards the wall so that it stays stable. But when I don't have anything loaded up in the front, even when I have this bag in the back, it's completely stable. It doesn't move around. It's really nice. And when I say leaned up against the wall, instead of it resting like this, it's like this with the edge of the grip touching the wall. So that's the concession I have to make, because I don't ever really remove this bag from the front of this bike, except if I'm going on some, rough trails up in Marin or in East Bay, and I don't want the front end to be all screwy. So yeah, so I'll come back when this is built and show you what it looks like. So just to stop, this is how the first side goes together. And then I'm just doing this by hand right now. Just tighten it down. Of course, there are instructions, read them. If you don't want to, that's fine. I've definitely been in that camp where I'm like, this is simple, I don't need to read them. And what I mean to say is I did that with these. I was like, I don't need to read that. It helps. It kind of does, So these right here, what's nice about this was this is a 6. Use this to tighten it. Yeah, it's a 6, okay. Yeah, and it's tight-ish. It's not horribly tight, like as in creasing the metal tight, but it is tight. I'm gonna have to disassemble this, and this is gonna go back to stock, so I'm trying not to mar it. Which, ooh. And so at this point, you're finishing up with the installation, and I'd work on the work surface here, but I'm not a multi-camera setup here. I have one camera, and so I'm just not gonna do that. But I am gonna just do the install here on my lap. I don't have a bunch of small parts. It's not a big deal. It's my video. So this is what happens when you're done with it. And we talk about the bear trap. And so what happens is when you put the front tire in, you can fit up to a 3-inch tire. It clamps in on it, and it creates this platform. So tire goes in here. People like demonstrations. If you're not a visual person, my wife isn't a visual person. I don't understand that. I can visualize. So imagine this is sitting on the ground. Clamp. And then it rests in there. And it's actually kind of nice too, because for me, if I'm doing like minor adjustments on my bike that don't require a lot of, you know, this back and forth motion, it's kind of nice to have it, like the front tire is actually level. You know, like it kind of, if I'm like doing some final adjustment on the front dynamo light or something like that, it's really nice. But yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. You know, it took me 6-7 minutes to put this together, and I'm just kind of hanging out. It's the second time assembling one, so there's that. But yeah, and it's just like that. It returns to form, and so when I'm not using it, it doesn't return exactly. It returns to about here. So it isn't a narrow platform, but I can tell you that when the tire is in there, it's about this wide. And for me, again, I'm in about 650 square feet in San Francisco, and I'm in a one-bedroom apartment, and this is fine. You know, like I have my big 6.5 foot long bike in my kitchen to the side, and it doesn't get in the way. It keeps it flush. And I have a few really cantankerous cats that love climbing things and knocking things down, and they don't knock this down. It's super nice. Again, I really like the build on it. It's very simple. It's very to the point, and it even has a classy little Tanaka hit right there, which I like on both sides. It's well done. Yeah, I remember when I saw this come in, I was really excited about it. They've been selling pretty well too, but I kind of just want to do another video, something short, you know, just get to the point. And I say that this is probably unedited, like a 15-minute video about a bike stand, but I'm going to edit it down so that it's short and sweet and to the point. But yeah, I want to highlight it because I've been looking for a good bike stand for a while, just like a place to display my bike or have it while I'm not riding it. And I've gone through quite a few, and they stink for one reason or another. And this one doesn't. So if you have any questions about it, comments, please leave them below. Again, be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah, and I'll see you soon in another video.